Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this channel. My name is Dr. Doki Ogao and I welcome you to this channel. And before we go on, I want you to ensure that you can be able to subscribe to this channel and like it, so that next time I produce a video, YouTube will be able to inform you that the video is out. Today and now, I want us to introduce to you a topic that is so good, and this is the kingdom law of financial management, or how to manage money. Money is a problem to many people, and money can make you happy, and money can also make you very sad, and can mean a lot of things to you. And in the last video, I said that many people fail in whatever they set out to do, simply because they do not understand the law of that area. And therefore, if people understand the law of every area they are trying to do, they failed because they never followed the law on that particular area. So they never understood the law of the area that they are trying to work in. And because of that, they end up failing. Like for example, somebody doesn't understand the law of traffic. He will end up causing a lot of accidents on the road. Maybe in the process could kill himself and many other people. So we need to understand the law that governs every area that we are trying to deal with. And now I want to talk about the law of money management. Many people have failed in money. They don't have money. Some have got no money, poor. Others have, the second category is the people who don't have enough money, and they want to have more, but they just don't have enough money from their income, salary, and whatever they are doing. And others, they have just enough money for themselves and not anymore for anybody else. Then there's a group of people that have more than enough. So the question is, how come they have more than enough and others don't have, and others have just enough? It depends on how they applied the law of money management. So now I want to talk to you about the law of money management. And before I do that, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel, so that you can be able to benefit much more as we learn. So the law of money management is that the law number one, you need to create channels of making money. Channels of making money. Because if you can't make money, you can't have it. Some people, they'll go stealing or doing things that are not good to get money. But the law of money management, number one law, is make money. Even if you are employed, try to create other means and ways and means and channels of making more money, so they can have more income come your way. That law is very, very important. If you don't make that law and you follow the law of making money, you can never have money. You can never have income unless you make money. And law number two in money management is spending expenses. How you spend the money that you get. Because you may get a lot of money, but you squander it, misuse it, and it will not be enough for you, because how you spend is very important. For example, you get money, and there are two things here which you can take care of. There are people who get money, and there are two things, as I've said. Some of them are simply buying liabilities, because when you get money, we spend by buying things. Some will buy liabilities, and others will buy assets. So if you buy liabilities, for example, you go and buy a big TV that is costing you 150,000 or 120,000. To me, that's a liability. And because you are spending money, maybe if some people go and get a loan to buy a liability, which is like a big TV, 150,000, that's a waste, because that TV will never bring money back to you. No. And then some will buy maybe a big music system that is costing 80,000, 90,000. That's a liability. It will not bring money. So a liability takes money out of your pocket. But there are people who will buy assets. An asset is an item that will bring money back to you. For example, if you get money and you set up a business, you have just done an asset. You have just built an asset, and that asset will bring money back to you. So we have to learn to be people who are not consumers, but people who are investors. You get money and then you buy an asset, and that asset will bring money back to you. Next time when I bring a video, I'll try to work on a video that would differentiate between an asset and a liability, so that you can be able to know that what are the assets, what can I buy, an asset. And so that one. So another way of spending is that, for example, very many Christians, they end up not having enough money simply because they have been taught to do things in a certain way. For example, it's very important to tithe when you get your money. When you get your income, it's very important. And every pastor and every bishop will encourage members of the church to do tithing, which I do and encourage, and I practice that too. But it depends on where you tithe and to whom you are tithing to. That's point number one. So tithing is very important when we get an income. But for you to benefit from it depends on where you are typing and how you are typing and how much you are typing, or those kind of things. Then we have taught our people in the church to do offering. And the offering thing, people think that offering is when you, after you have tithed, and then you go to church and you can give maybe 50 bob or 100, 200 here and there every week, like that, and they give to church again, and they think that is offering. Let me tell you today, the offering that the Bible talks about is that money that you have reserved aside, that you can help an orphan, that you can give to an orphan, you can give to a widow, you can give to a Christian, a born again, who is in need. He is needy, he is suffering somewhere, and they are in the church, you know them. And so when you give to the needy children of God, what are you doing? You are planting a seed, and that seed will definitely come your way. And in that way, what you're doing, you are actually giving an offering. And this is something which we have never been taught very well. We don't understand it, and that's why many Christians, even after tithing, they end up not having a financial breakthrough. So that's something which we need to teach our people. And once you have taught our people that tithing is important, yes, but we must also deal with needy Christians, needy the poor people, how we can help them, and also be able to help the poor that are in the It's good to tithe your income, because that when you are tithing, you are telling God, thank you for what you have given me. And that's very important. And as I've said, it matters where you tithe, that particular tithe of yours. After you've done that, then you need to establish the offering. And the offering is where you come to a point where you look in the society, you look in the church, and when you find people in the church where you go who are poor, they are needy, maybe they are sick, they can't afford medical attention, you can help them. Some of them, they don't have food. You can be able to provide money for them for food. Or you can be able to create something for them that they can get their own income. That's very important, because now you are giving an offering. An offering is to help this kind of people. Then once you've done that, you give to the widows, who are not can, and the widows here I'm talking about widows 60 years and above. That's what the Bible teaches. That a widow 60 and above who doesn't have children, he doesn't have grandchildren, people who can help her. We can help this kind of people. In the church we have people who are sick, they can't afford medical attention. These are people we can help with our offering. Now once you've done that, then the other portion which you need to have is to be able to create a situation in your life where you buy assets. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to create another video that I'm going to talk about how to deal with buying assets and setting up businesses which can bring you income, more and more income in your way, in your area where you are. And so when you do that, then you're handling finances in a very better way. So I have said principle number one in finances is income. Create income channels. More than one. Don't just depend on your salary. No. Create more. The more you create, the more seeds you're planting. That's why God in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29 and 30, he said to the man, I give you fruit producing trees, so that when the tree produces the fruit and you pick the fruit, after eating the fruit, inside the fruit there are seeds. So you're supposed to be planting those seeds, and those seeds will give you more of the same trees that you are eating with that fruit. And the more you plant, the more you get, more trees and more fruits. That means that you have to create a situation where you also invest and buy assets, and by doing that you are actually planting more seeds, and the more seeds you plant, the more income come your way, and you end up having enough. So what happens is that many people who are employed, they do not do anything else but concentrate their employment. I'll encourage you, if you want to succeed in finances, do not depend on your salary alone. What you need to do is that what you're getting from the salary, you can create a way of investing part of that money. I'm also going to produce another video of how to budget, because budgeting is the problem many people. They don't know where to go, what to do this, do that. They don't know all that. I'm going to show you in a video budgeting, how to budget for your finances. And that's very, very important. So that when you have budgeted, you can be able to know what goes where and how to deal with this and do that. So people who are employed, if you want to have more than enough, you have to save some little money from your employment, and I call them pay yourself first, which could be 10% or 20% of your income. Save that money somewhere and use that money to invest in a business of your choice, the business that you know that area very well. Do not go into business that you do not understand how that area works. Go into that area that you understand, and I will recommend an area which is related to your work, what you're working, where you're employed. If you're in finances, if you're in agriculture, or in whatever area you are employed in, you can actually create a business related to your employment work, what you do in your employment, and start managing that, because the Bible says, mind your own business. Don't just work for people. You have to come to a point where you work for yourself. So you create a business and you run it, and eventually, when the business is income is more than your salary, it's time to quit. Many people will quit and go and start a business. That's wrong. The best way is start the business, let it run until it comes to a point where the money from the business, income from the business, is more than what they are paying you at your place of work. So why should you stay there? It is time to quit. And when you quit now, you go and concentrate on your business and you will succeed. So don't just take your employment as the alpha and omega, as an end in itself. No. To succeed financially, take your employment as a means to an end. Because when you reach 60, your employer will tell you, thank you very much for working for us. We don't need you anymore. But maybe God has given to live for the next maybe 30 years to reach 70, 80, 90. What will you be eating? So you need to create something outside that when you retire eventually, you will go to it and to sustain you with more than enough income for yourself. I'll talk more about this next time and another video. But I want you to this is the principles of financial management. So that, as I want to repeat again, create income. Create income. Once you get this income, spend nicely, spend cleverly and wisely, so that concentrate on buying assets instead of buying liabilities. If you buy liabilities, my friend, you die poor. But if you buy liabilities, if you buy assets, assets will bring more money to you. And like setting up a business, that's an asset. Buying up something you'll be able to sell again, that is an asset. And so we need to change our minds. So spending is very, very important. And then principle number 3 is budgeting. Don't spend your money before you budget for that money. Sit down and budget for your money. Even if your income is 2,000 or 3,000, please don't spend it without budgeting. That's a principle. A law number 3. You must budget for your money. If you don't budget for your money, you will never know how much you need for food, how much you need for school fees, how much you need for this or for that in your life. And only fund things in your life that are more important. Don't spend things, and don't just spend things buying things here and there, as I have said, liabilities. No. Buy more assets, but buy less liabilities. In fact, my principle is buy assets, and once you sell off the assets, the money which comes from the asset, the profit of the money which comes from the asset, use that profit to buy your liabilities. That's the best way. I have seen people who will borrow money from SACCOs, from chamas, and they will go and buy liabilities with that money. Please, any loan, use it to buy assets, and let assets make the profit, and from the profit, then they come and buy your liability. That's how God put it to be. Don't go ahead and do things your own way and think you succeed. So these are the principles and the law that is governing finances. There are more, which I can't cover them right now, but I'm going to bring you bit by bit, law by law, law by law. There is the law of debt-free. I'll bring that one. Debt freedom. I'll bring you that one. There is the law of budgeting. I'll bring that one to you. There are very many laws that govern in the one law, which you call the law of financial management or the law of money management. I'll bring that to you one by one, bit by bit, and you'll be able to understand. So please subscribe to this channel and like it, and tell others if you enjoy it, and if you like it, tell your friends and join me up. And every week you'll be getting 2 videos, and you'll be able to be informed when I produce a video. So I want to encourage you. I have given you how many laws today? I've given you principle, about 4 or 3 principles. Principle number 1, if you want to succeed financially, create income channels. Create how to make money, income channels. Law number 2, remember your creator when you get your income. Tithe. And once you have tithe, then law number 3, make sure that your offering helps the needy in the society, the poor in the society. And I'll tell you how important that one. In fact, I may make a video just on that one alone to explain how beneficial it is to help your Christian brothers when they are in need, when they don't have food. Matthew 25. You can be able, when you do that, God will bless you marvelously. And then after that, law number 4 I have showed you is budgeting. Don't use money without a budget. And law number 5, buy assets instead of buying liabilities. And the Lord will bless you, and you succeed financially. So I welcome you this year of 2021. Maybe you may have failed financially in 2020, 2019, 17, backwards as you go back. But 2021, let's stick together, and I'll teach you and show you. Even me, I'm learning. I'll show you how you can be able to have a success financially. To have a success and succeed instead of failing every year. In fact, let me say this. Some of us, our financial situation becomes so bad that we start praying very hard, fasting very hard, And I'm telling you, we can fast and fast and fast and pray. We can go to be laid on hands. They lay hands on us. They prophesy on us. They call everything. Even some people can even say maybe you are not succeed because maybe you are bewitched, or maybe somebody is against you, or things like that. You can do all that, but you never succeed. You only succeed when you follow the law of money management as is put in the scripture, in the Bible. When we follow what the Bible says, we succeed. And these are principles that are in the Bible, and anybody who follows them will succeed. It doesn't matter. It could be children of God, could even be Christians, Muslims, Catholics, whatever they are. If they follow the law in the Bible, they will succeed. They will never fail. And so, may the Lord bless you and be with you, and join me up. And if you have anything personal, you can always comment on this channel, and we'll be able to respond to your comments and help you out. So God bless you, and we meet again in the next video.